Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 17 of my transformation blog. Again, just, I'm missing days. My energy level has just been way down. It's like my mojo's on the go. And I'm trying to just kind of hold on until it comes back. I know these energy waves come and go. This one is particularly bad. But, like all the other ones, they'll pass. And we'll move into the next phase of what's to come. So, two questions have really been coming up for me. I'll address one of them here, and maybe I'll address the other one in another video. But the one that seems to keep coming up, and is around where does your allegiance, where does your loyalty go to? And I ask this more from a system or an institution standpoint, more than, family or, your school or some sports team or something like that. More like patriotism, religious fervorism. Where are your loyalties? And one of the things that I think has been most informative for me in this process of awakening is to come to the conclusion, or really come to the realization that there's a very, very small group of people with whom I owe loyalty. There's a very small group of people that I give my loyalty to unconditionally. My immediate family, my mother, my kids, without a doubt, all day, every day, even if they're on the wrong side, I will still be loyal to them. I will hopefully help bring correction to them. But my loyalty for them comes before being right. And the more I look at the other things in my life, the things that from the past, the things from the current, and even some of the things that are probably to be in the future, of loyalty to a hometown, loyalty to a home state or home country, loyalty to the institutions of that town or state or country, loyalty to sports teams, loyalty to religion. I look at these institutions and realize that that's what they are. They're institutions. They are organizations created by man, run by man, kept alive by man, and the pieces change. The pieces are replaced, and the organization or the institution keeps going. The interests change, but the organization keeps going. The mission changes, but the organization keeps going. In some cases, even the mindset or the paradigm of that institution changes, and the organization keeps going. And so there's the question of, do I owe, or does anyone owe loyalty, automatic, unconditional loyalty to any of these institutions? And the more I've come to know myself as part of a collective, the more I've come to know who I am, not just who I was as part of the world, at least part of the ego world, the more I come to the realization that no, that an institution by itself, locally, statewide, national, international, is not owed any measure of loyalty, is not owed the benefit of the doubt, is not owed some measure of empathy or sympathy just by virtue of its existence. Now, do the individual members, the individual humans, the lives that currently inhabit that institution or run that institution, do they deserve a measure of loyalty and empathy and sympathy and love? Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe every human being deserves that. But, and this is where I make a grand distinction, is that I can love and empathize and sympathize with you as an individual, as a person, and that have absolutely nothing to do with the institution or institutions that you are a part of, the institution or institutions that you are under the protection of or under the guise of, or the institutions that you count yourself a member of. Supporting you does not mean I support the things that you like. Supporting you does not mean that I support the things that you are a part of. It means that I support the part of you at your core that connects with the core of me and the core of all humanity. And if you make choices that are not helping the greater good, if you make choices to be a part of something that is not helping the greater good, if you make choices to support or defend something that is not supporting the greater good, then I can and will call you to task for being a part of that organization. And the concept of blind allegiance is a concept I've always had difficulty with, but especially so now. This idea of, the loyalty of family. Well, I've seen enough families disown members of their own family. I've seen the broken people that come from that. The loyalties of nation. I've seen the nation completely turn on folks that were doing things to move that nation ahead, including this one. There really is no institution that has that level of loyalty to an individual, to the core of you, the well-being of you, your highest good. And while, again, I can love the individuals who are part of that, as they are part of the human race, they're a part of, our cosmic consciousness. That does not mean that I will offer blind allegiance to any of those groups. And it's interesting. That conversation has been coming up more and more and more, especially here in the last 4 to 6 months. And I find that my position is becoming clearer and clearer on that, which is good, but it's interesting the people who are addicted to their allegiances, the people who simply cannot comprehend not supporting this group or that group or those people or these individuals because they're a part of that group. And I say, my allegiance is not to organizations. It's not even to causes, because even causes can be corrupted. It's to the heart of the individual. It's to the core and the spirit of people, humanity at large, that I give my love to, that I give my allegiance to. But once human organization has gone into it, everything is taken for what it is. If I'm shown that this group is self-serving above empathic, then yeah, I call it how I see it, and I give them the respect that they've shown as individuals, but that organization will have to earn or re-earn any manner of allegiance that I show them, and even that is temporary. So, I guess what I'm coming to with this is, when I look at what I would put my stock into, what I would put my heart into, it's going to be about the heart of humanity and not about the head of humanity. Because the heart doesn't create institutions, it creates families. The head creates institutions. The head creates rules and processes and orders and statements of purpose and missions. And I'm not willing to support any organization that's formed on the basis of its head any longer. Put me in front of a group that's connected by their heart, much like this group, and that I can support. That I can support wholeheartedly. I don't know that I'm all the way to an answer on this one, but I feel like I'm getting closer, and I'm glad for it, and I love that. So, as usual, I don't have answers, I just have questions, and hope that the universe will bring those answers to me. In the meantime, have a great day, and God bless.